Okay, so this is Discover 4 end of course mock IELTS speaking test. Good morning.
Good morning.
Okay, so can I ask you to introduce yourself for me, please?
My name is Budian and I'm from Discover 5.
Good, excellent stuff. Where do you go to school usually?
I go to Korean school, a secondary Korean school.
Okay, and what's your favourite subject at school?
My favorite subject at school is English because I like English the most and I am good at it. And also the teacher teach English at my school is pretty friendly and it's my most favorite teacher at school.
Good, excellent stuff. Okay, so Zuyan, there's going to be a few different parts to this test. The first part will be me asking you some questions about just any topic. The second part will require you to make some notes, think about a topic, and then talk about it for about a minute or two.
Yeah.
And then the third part will be a bit of a discussion about that topic between the two of us. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about jewelry to start with. How often do you personally wear jewelry? Zuyan?
I rarely wear jewelry or almost like never wear jewelry because it makes me feel uncomfortable and when I wear jewelry it makes me got a rash on it and make my skin became red.
Does anyone in your family wear jewelry?
My family, my mom wear jewelry but she also rarely wear it because it's also made her feel uncomfortable and she only wear it when she's going out or maybe when she got a special occasion.
Okay. How often do you think the people in Vietnam wear jewelry, and why do they wear jewelry?
I think it's based on where they live. If they live on the southern part of Vietnam, people seem to care about jewelry more and they wear it a lot more, especially on wedding day or special occasion, because it show that how much money they make or how well they live at that. But on the northern part of Vietnam, people seem to not really care at all, and they're trying to make everything to be as simple as possible.
Okay. And have you ever given jewelry as a gift to someone before?
I have gifted jewelry to someone, which is my mom. I gave her a piece of earring on Women's Day and also a piece of necklace on birthday.
Okay, good. Excellent stuff. Okay, so that's going to end part one. What we're going to do is we're now going to move on to part two. So part two is going to require you to think about a subject and talk about it. So you do have some paper and a pencil there if you need to make some notes. What I would like you to do is think about this particular situation. I would like you to describe an interesting TV program that you watched about a science topic. You should say the following: what science topic this TV program was about, when you saw this TV program, what you learnt from this TV program about a science topic, and explain why you found this TV program interesting. Okay? Do you have any questions?
No.
Okay, so I'm going to give you a minute to think about it, and then in a minute I would like you to tell me about your TV program. Okay, Zuyan, what can you tell me about this TV program that you watched about a science topic?
I watched a TED program about black hole and universe. I have watched it 3 days ago, and it's about black hole, how the black hole being created, how it ended, and how like many special black hole, and also the biggest black hole of them all. I learned about them that how they started. Do I explain to you?
If you would like to, yeah, you're more
Yeah.
than welcome to.
They started when a star exploded, and with too much energy, they become a black hole. They usually start when a star explodes, not a planet explode, because when a planet explodes, it becomes a dead star. But when the star explodes with a lot of energy, it becomes a black hole. They usually start off small, but throughout years, they conserve the energy around them, which make them become bigger and bigger. But when they conserving those energy, they are not like eating it. They are putting a small ring around them, which they will consume it slowly and on the years. And how it ended, it maybe never ended, or it will have another star explode nearby, so that it will make the black hole disappear. Or maybe when the black hole had been for a very long time, it will just explode at one time. The biggest of them all is probably the black hole named Phoenix A, which is really big, and a special type of it may be some two black holes that colliding to each other, and I like it.
Oh, so yes, that's what I was going to ask. Go on. What was you going to say?
I like to watch about it, and it interests me because it bring up the topic that's really mystery and not a lot of people know about it, and it's stuff about university which we haven't have a lot of information about it, so it made me feel mystery and I want to learn more about it.
Good. Excellent answer. Well done. Okay, so that's the end of part 2. We're now going to move into part 3. We're going to stay a little bit on science, but we're also going to associate it with the public. So I'm going to ask you some questions. We're going to have a little bit of a chat. How interested do you think that people are in science here in Vietnam?
I think in maybe Vietnamese student, people really, some can be really interested in science, but some don't. Like a lot of them don't, because science in our country is really hard, and people and teachers seems to focus on the test, not about how interesting the science is, and which that is maybe stressed out student. And maybe in chemistry, and people in Vietnam got the most problem with chemistry because it's hard, and the teacher seem not to give us like experiment about it. Teacher only gonna give us a lot of homework, and maybe is talking about it, which made me really hate it.
Do you think that if you'd done more experiments at school that people would be more interested in learning in science?
I think yes, people will be more interested about it because we are being shown that how interesting science is, how the experiment gonna be, and it will create it like the class not gonna be rough. They're not gonna be just talking. They can be like, they will make it become entertained. It's like showing us how good science is.
Good. Do you think the children today might be better at science than what their parents are?
I think they can be more, they can be better at science than our parents, because from our parent age, there's not many ways to learn science. Like there's not even science subject at that time. But now with more ways to approach it, like maybe we have a computer or a phone to learn about it and to watch experiments online. it will help us to approach it more easier, and also it can help people that like science to learn more about it, watch video about it.
Good. Okay, we're going to move on. We're going to stick on the subject of science a little bit, but we're going to move on to scientific discoveries. So, in your own personal opinion, what do you think are the most important scientific discoveries within the last 100 years?
In the last 100 years, maybe the most important thing that have been discovered, I think, is probably about universe. Because when we talk about universe, it means that we are talking about the future, somewhere that we will go in the future. But if we concentrated on dinosaur, or maybe how people evolve and stuff like that, we're talking about the past, and then there's no like evolve in science, and then no like we cannot compare science. If we talk about universe, we can talk about what planet will we live on if our planet die out, or we will talk about how we will travel around the universe in the future.
Do you think that for scientific research, do you think the government should pay for science research or private companies?
I think if the private pay for the scientific experiment, they will own it experiment, and no one can get it. So I personally think that the government should pay for it, so that everyone will have the chances to maybe using this is a scientific experiment, or maybe would have a chance to see it or experiment it without paying anything.
Good. Excellent stuff, Zuyan. Thank you very much. And that concludes the video test.